YouTube, it's your boy JayyKicksz, and we are back with another video. Today we will be reviewing what consumers are saying is the best basketball shoe out right now, the Way of Wade 12. Today we have the Skyline colorway, man. Ask y'all boys like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all want to see as far as content. If y'all want some more reviews, y'all want top fives, things like that, just let your boy know, man. But without further ado, let's get into the review. Alright, man, starting with the looks, Way of Wade decided to do a couple different things on these, man. Starting with the lightweight textile mesh that kind of runs along the upper of the shoe. That's going to be paired with these TPU panels right here that add to the support of the shoe and help keep you locked in when you're making certain moves, certain cuts, things like that. And they decided to go a little premium with the pig leather suede accents, man. This material actually feels really nice in hand. And like I said, they did a couple different things, but I think the way that they paired and meshed everything together helped create the overall look of the shoe. And I think they did a pretty solid job. With that being said, I do not think that it is the most visually appealing silhouette. That's not me calling the shoe ugly, but I definitely do think that there are a good amount of better looking models out there. But what I will say with the Way of Wade is the colors that they got, man, the colorways that they got of these, the collabs they have of these, bro, I really feel like that's kind of what takes this shoe over the edge as far as looks, man. They even have a bathing ape colorway. They got a purple one. I believe they have a pink one that they just released not too long ago. Curry was actually seen on court wearing the all-star colorway of these before he announced, you know, his big deal to sign with this brand, Lightning. But yeah, man, as far as looks like, they got some dope colorways, bro. Like some dope colorways, and I feel like that makes up for the shoe not looking the best to me, not being the most visual appealing. So with that being said, I'm gonna give a looks an 8.5 out of 10, man. 8.5 out of 10. Very dope colorways. I feel like they put a lot into the looks, and I'm not gonna lie, I forgot to mention, but Way of Wade also decided to go with a Renaissance type of feel. You can definitely see the inspiration in this shoe. It's just everywhere, man. It's a lot of details, and that's one thing that I'm noticing about these overseas brands. They're putting a lot of detail into their shoes, man. Even for Kai's first signature shoe with Anson, there was a lot of details in that shoe, a lot of detail. And it's like every time I picked up the shoe, it was something new that I was noticing, man. So to me, that's very dope. It's nice to see that these brands are really putting the effort into these sneakers, man. They're not just updating a shoe, putting minimal technology in it, and just selling it to the consumers. Nah, like they're taking their time, they're implementing new technology, they're trying new things, they're going above and beyond on designs, like things like that. You like that's hard to me, you know what I'm saying? It shows that those boys are putting effort in over there, and it shows that they really care, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, with that being said, we are going to give the looks an 8.5 out of 10. Next, we have arguably the most important feature on a hoop shoe, and that is the traction. Before I break them down, I'm going to provide a squeak and traction test just so y'all can see what these are heading on now. So with these, Way of Wade decided to implement a GCU outsole for this midfoot to the heel portion of the shoe, and a multi-directional herringbone traction pattern for the forefoot, man. Before I break this down, I am going to include that out the box, you should be good. It is a shoe that you have to wear, break in a little bit, but the traction pattern out the box is good. It's not one of those situations where you gotta wear the traction pattern and break it down, boom, boom. Out the box, you're good. As y'all heard, the shoe has a pretty decent squeak, man. And like I was saying, 0 breaking time. Now for the traction, man. I've heard a lot of great things about this traction pattern. And in my opinion, it's a bit overhyped, man. It's a bit overhyped. I'm gonna break down why. This GCU compound right here that extends from the heel to the midfoot is absolutely amazing. It's amazing. Now for this herringbone traction pattern that they decided to implement in the forefoot, I just don't feel like it's as good. And part of that is the amount of dust that it picks up. It accumulates a good amount of dust. Now, with these grooves being shallow here, it is fairly easy to wipe. But one thing that I noticed is after you plane a shoe a good amount and the shoe starts to accumulate dust, this portion of the traction pattern begins to slide. What I'm used to with the hoop shoe is either you go to make a move and the shoe stops because the shoe has good traction, or you go to make a move and you plant and the shoe slides out because the shoe does not have good traction. It's interesting because this shoe to me is in the middle. It's like the shoe feels like you're gonna slide out, but when you go to make certain moves and you know there's a lot of dust being accumulated and you go to make certain moves, the shoe will slide a little bit but then come to a stop. You know what I'm saying? So it's sliding to a stop. And I just think that the shoe was kind of playing a mental game on me because it was times where I can feel this GCU portion like gripping the floor. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what was stopping me. And it was times where I felt like the heel was stopping before the forefoot of the shoe. The GCU, in my opinion, is a 9.5 out of 10. This herringbone up here is probably like an 8.5 out of 10. You see what I'm saying? So half of your traction pattern is amazing, and the other portion of it is just it's solid. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing crazy. Like I said, I've never slipped out of the shoe. I done got shots up in these. I done played games in these. I've never slipped out. And as long as you're consistently wiping, you know what I'm saying, every dead ball here and there, you're going to be good. You're not going to slip out. Like, the traction pattern is solid. It's very, very, very solid. But I just didn't like the way that it would feel on court sometimes. Like, I'm used to, you know, with shoes, like, prime example, not to compare them, but if I throw on a Kobe 5 or a Kobe 6, or if I throw on a Series Player Only Easy 1 or a Series Player Only Player 1.5, these are shoes with great traction. Every step I take is, you know what I'm saying, like I'm sticking, right? With this shoe, it's like I'm taking steps and like I feel myself sliding, you know what I'm saying? So it doesn't, I don't feel the most confident in making certain moves and, you know, sliding or exploding and cutting. But when I go to do it, I'm not sliding out. You know what I'm saying? It's just more so a feel factor. But that comes with the accumulation of dust, man. So with all that being said, I do feel like y'all hiked the traction up a little bit. It's not a bad traction pattern by any means. It's actually on the good side. So on a scale of 1 to 10, like I said, if this whole thing was GCU, man, I would give it like a 9.5, maybe a 10. Like, y'all can see the dust pickup. This is on that herringbone traction, man. Look at the GCU. Nada. Not to mention that these grooves are pretty, like I said, they're thin and shallow, man. Not deep whatsoever. So I'm gonna give the traction pattern an 8.75 out of 10. I wanted to give it a 9, man, but it's just that feel factor for me. You know what I'm saying? I like to feel like my shoes are ready to go. I like to feel confident in my ability to make a move and know that my shoe is not gonna give out on me. Once again, these shoes never gave out on me, but they felt like they would. That's not a good feeling. That's not a feeling that you would want as a hooper, man. But like I said, when you wipe these, 10 out of 10. 9.5 out of 10. But as they start to accumulate dust, the shoe doesn't feel as ready to go. You know what I'm saying? So once again, we're going to give the traction an 8.75 out of 10. Now we have the cushion, man. And this is a big talk of the shoe, man. With the Way 12, they decide to implement a dual layer super boom foam midsole setup. And how do I feel about it? To keep it a stack with y'all, man, I feel like it's overhyped. I'm not gonna come on camera. I'm not gonna cap to y'all boys. I can only give y'all my opinion and how I feel about the shoe. And if you guys don't know, if you guys can't tell, I'm coming out of pocket paying for all these different shoes. You know what I'm saying? So this is obviously unbiased, but this is just how I feel. With the Super Boom, I've seen people give it a 9 out of 10, a 9.5 out of 10, even a 10 out of 10. Don't get me wrong. The Super Boom is solid, man. It is solid. But to me, I don't think it is as good as they was making it out to be. It's not a better cushion setup than the GT Cut 4. It's not a better cushion setup to me than the Asia 2s. I wouldn't even say it's a better cushion setup than the Nike Jai 3s with that Zoom X. And I do feel like that Zoom X was muted in a way, you know what I'm saying? With that being said though, I think you can compare this cushion setup to something like a Kobe 5, maybe a Kobe 6, you know what I'm saying? Like when you put it on foot, it's not gonna feel the most plush. Like this actually, to me, on like the more, I don't want to use the word stiff because that has a negative connotation to it, but I think it's just more on the firm side. And with that, it's nothing wrong with that, you know what I'm saying? It's firm, it has good impact protection, it has good court feel, and like I said, it's nothing plush. It's just something that's firm, and it's something that is gonna get the job done. You know what I'm saying? You look at a shoe like the Kobe 5, when you put your foot in the Kobe 5, it's not like, oh my gosh, this shoe it has the most cushion in the world. Nah, it does what it does. It provides what you need while also providing what you need. You see what I'm saying? It provides enough cushion to make you feel supported when you're off your feet and when you're landing. It has good impact protection, but it's also not too much cushion to the point where you don't feel like you have good court feel. And that's important for my quick and shifty guards, man. So with that being said, if you ask me, I feel like the cushion is it's a solid cushioning setup. You know what I'm saying? It's not bad. It's a solid cushioning setup, but it's not as great as people are making it seem to be. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to give the cushion 8.25 out of 10. 8.25 out of 10, man. Like I said, it's nothing crazy, but it's just enough to get the job done, and that's how I felt. I don't know if this is a setup where, you know, you gotta hoop in it a lot more to really break in the cushioning setup, but I gave these shoes like 2-3 weeks of consistently hooping in them. Like I really want to break this shoe in, man. So I can give y'all the real, man, because to be completely honest with y'all, when I first put these shoes on, the shoe is very comfortable. I will say that. The shoe is very comfortable, and off the pickup, it is very light. But, you know, after I hooped in them, like, you know what? Let me chill. We're going to get into that later, man. But overall, like I said, the cushioning setup, we're going to give it an 8.25 out of 10, man. Next, we have the weight and fit of the shoe, man. As far as weight, these are actually coming in as the second lightest shoe in my collection. The first being the Curry Series 7. Those are ridiculous. But these came in at 378 grams. For y'all who do not know, the average weight in a US size 12, which is the size I wear, is about 430 to 460, 65 grams. You know what I'm saying? So for these to come in at 378, it's crazy. Like a very light shoe. And once again, I say this in pretty much all my videos. If you know anything about me, chances are if a shoe is lightweight and has good traction, I'm gonna mess with the shoe. Man. As far as a fit, if you are a normal to narrow footer, I would go true to size, man. I would go true to size. If you really want a very snug fit and you are a narrow footer, you might be able to get away with a half size down, but for most people, I would stick to true to size, man. As far as my wide footers out there, I would go up just a half size, man. I would go up just a half size unless you have extremely wide feet. But like I said, normal to narrow footers, true to size, wide footers, up half a size. And for the fit, I do feel like this is where the Away 12 does a really good job, man. As I was kind of alluding to earlier, the comfort of the shoe is just amazing. Like that was one of the first things that I noticed when I put the shoe on, man. The shoe was very comfortable, and the fit was pretty solid, man. Fit was pretty solid. For me, I'm an narrow footer, and I prefer a shoe that is snug. Like I love those one-to-one, you know, fit shoes, man. I love those shoes that fit one-to-one, man. Like your Kobe 5, your Kobe 6, your Adidas Harden Volume 10. Like that fit is what I'm personally looking for in every shoe that, you know, I purchase. But that's just my preference. These, on the other hand, very solid fit. They do provide a little bit more room, so they're more on the roomier side. If you're a normal footer, these should fit perfectly for you. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, we're going to give the fit a 9 out of 10. The fit is very good, man. I didn't have any problems with them. and it was just good all around, man. All right, man, now for my synopsis of the Wave 12. Honestly, I think it's a very, very, very good performer all around. You have good traction. You have a good cushioning setup. You have good lockdown. You have good impact protection. You have some pretty good durability, and the looks are pretty solid. You know what I'm saying? It's an overall good performer. To me, I don't think that the shoe is as good as others was making it out to be. With that being said, it's not a bad shoe by any means. It's actually a very, 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 very good hoop shoe, and I don't know. Right now I'm in the process of making my top 5 hoop shoes so I can create a video and put that out for y'all boys, man. And to be honest, these might creep in. They might be like right now they're in that 5 to 6, maybe 7 spot. So we gonna see, man. I'm going back through my rotation, hooping in different shoes, and I'm gonna get that recorded and uploaded for y'all boys, man. But like I said, for them to even be considered to be in my top 5 of my hoop shoes shows y'all that it's a pretty good hoop shoe, man. I just feel like expectations for this shoe was through the roof. It's not to say that they didn't meet certain expectations, but I do feel like the shoe was overhyped in certain areas, man. I feel like y'all kind of overhyped the traction. I feel like y'all kind of overhyped the cushioning setup. Like it's smooth. It's not like a 10 out of 10, a 9.5, but it's smooth. Same with the traction. Traction is very, very, very good. It's just that dust pickup. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what killed it a little bit for me, man. But overall, Wade, I love what y'all doing over there. Y'all are making very, very, very good hoop shoes. Even as far as the D-Lo 1s, man, D-Lo 2s, very good hoop shoes. Y'all doing y'all thing, man. But I'm gonna stop yapping. I ask that y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. Once again, let me know what y'all want to see. If y'all want to see me pick up the Sabrina 4s and do a review on those, I can do that. Them Job 4s, y'all ain't even gotta ask. Whether y'all want it or not, y'all getting that review, bro. Like, that is a shoe that I cannot wait for them to drop. You know what I'm saying? And I really want that Rise colorway, man. The pink ones that are supposed to drop. I believe they're a China exclusive. They're supposed to drop the 31st of this month, man. So, with that being said, like, comment, subscribe, man. Until next time, we're gonna see y'all boys. You dig?